Okay, it is middle of May 2023. I haven't done an update in about a month and a half, but things are getting off to a nice start in this glorious Scottish kind of spring summer. So here we got some flowers and bushes, as well as some veggies in there growing. As you can see, my kind of little stone walls, they're doing just fine. The rhubarb, which won the best rhubarb in the town award last year, is just looking just perfect. Out here, our tiny front garden is coming along just fine. Not quite the rewilding mess I was hoping for, but getting along just fine. Here's the greenhouse. Lots of young tomatoes and some seedlings.
I don't want I don't want you just walk over it. I just want you some over it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I finish my video real quick?
Okay.
Okay. Here's my daughter's little playhouse, which we got for free just off of a neighbor who had a daughter who's too old. I made use of those slate roofing tiles. It's the first time I ever did this. I think it looks just fine. What else? Sand pit got moved over here. Our garden area, or our vegetable area, which is never quite as large as I would like it to be, but it's coming along just fine. Here's the potato patch. Here's the cabbage patch. There's the cabbage. Who's got lots to say these days? So I've had a million rocks on this property, and I'm starting to kind of make use of them by building kind of little pathways behind the fence. And here's a couple other little garden beds I snuck just outside of our property. And here's this hill where we're doing a little bit of stealth planting, where I've got, I think, at least 3 gooseberries. Here's a gooseberry. There's a raspberry. There's a raspberry. Here's 2 more gooseberries. There's an apple tree, and there's another apple tree snuck in there somewhere. So yeah, so mid-May, I'm kind of out of big projects to do for a bit, and that's okay. Just kind of keeping the garden going and keeping the vegetables growing nice.
And there's a couple more from the house.
Yeah, what do you want, those on your roof too?
Yeah.
I think we got the roof pretty covered, don't you think? So this is my big experiment. This is the American persimmon. I gathered these seeds from North Carolina. You can see a couple of them popping out. They've yet to shed their seed. The seeds will just pop off eventually as the leaves kind of burst through. I think in total I have about 36 seeds, and they've been in soil for almost, I don't know, 2-3 months now. So it's been a long kind of germination process. I spoke with an expert Scottish gardener who actually wrote the book on growing fruit and vegetables in Scotland. I asked him, would the American persimmon perform in Scotland? He said, though, the trees will grow, the fruits will grow on them, but they won't ripen. They don't get the kind of late season blast of heat that you would get in a Virginia or a North Carolina. I'm still going to grow these as my experiment because, one, I'm in one of the warmest places in Scotland, and on my property I can find little tiny microclimates, whether against a warm building or, you know, just the most exposed to sun. And I thought, 10 years time, as the climate continues to change and things get warmer, why not? So what I do know is that they'll ripen in southern England, which isn't terribly far away. So I thought, in 10 years, if things get warmer, I hate to think of the benefits. Not that this is really a benefit, but just kind of taking advantage of the changes of climate change. So who knows? I might have the first and only productive American persimmon in Scotland in a few years. At the very least, it's a nice looking tree. So I can afford to have a couple of these, and I got nothing to lose apart from a little bit of space and a little bit of time. So we'll see. Check back in 7 years.